perhaps, Mr. Bliss?
No, don't bother about it. I don't know what I want.
Anything wrong, sir?
Yes, everything, Francois.
Let me make you another.
Good help, it's just me. I'm feeling terrible.
Good evening, Lord Hamilton.
Oh, good evening, Henri. Has Mr. Bliss arrived yet?
Mr. Bliss is waiting for you in the bar.
Oh, good. As busy as ever, I see. Good evening.
Oh, hello, Ronnie. What do you have?
Dry martini, please. Haven't those girls arrived yet?
Not yet. Who cares? Come on, let's sit down over here. Look, Ronnie, I got your note, but I'm blowed if I'll lend you £1,000.
Oh, never mind about that. I shouldn't have asked you, really, but you know how broke I am, and you're rolling.
No, it's not a question of whether or not I can afford it. The point is, it's too easy to lose one's friends that way.
No, well, let's forget it, shall we? I shouldn't like anything to spoil our friendship.
Oh, don't let's talk about money anyway, Ronnie. I'm an ill man.
Oh,
No, I'm not kidding. It's on the level. There's something wrong with me.
Oh, well, if you're really feeling ill, why don't you let Sir James Allroyd have a look at you? Sir James Allroyd. He's a bit of a crank, but he'll charge you 20 guineas. He's the best diagnostician there is.
Oh, no. He's what?
Don't ask me to repeat that. Anyway, he'll tell you what's the matter with you. He's the best doctor in London. Oh, snap out of it, public misery number one. Come on, let's go and eat.
Yes, I'm hungry.
All right. Here you are.
Thank you, Mr. Bliss.
Well, everyone's been admiring my bracelet. It was sweet of you.
Biarritz. That won't do her any good. All that woman needs is to sack 5 of her 7 servants and do 6 hours housework a day for 3 months.
I'm afraid you'll break out someday and tell one of them the truth. Lord Robert, please.
Just a moment. What is the matter here? My name is Bliss, Ernest Bliss. I had an appointment for 11 o'clock.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bliss, but you were half an hour late. Sir James will see you now, Mr. Bliss.
Rather difficult man to see, aren't you, Sir James?
Not for those who are punctual. Any other complaint?
Do you think I'd have waited an hour and a half if I hadn't?
No, forget about that. What do you think's the matter with you?
I don't know. That's why I came to see you. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I'm nervous. I never do anything, and I'm always tired.
Yeah. Well, just take off your shirt and lie down on that couch. There's nothing wrong with your blood pressure. Your muscles are a bit flabby, but your heart's quite sound.
Well, then what's the matter with me?
Money.
Money? That's not an illness.
In your case, it's a disease. Most people break down through overwork. Yours is caused by self-indulgence.
Really? Is that so?
You know, your father was a clever man. What are you looking for?
My tie.
You've got it on.
Oh.
But he made a big mistake when he left you £2 million to play the fool with.
Believe it or not, Sir James, I'm paying you 20 guineas to give me medical advice, not a lecture.
My advice should be worth £50,000 to you.
I suppose I'm getting a bargain for 20, eh?
Certainly, if you take it.
What makes you think I wouldn't?
No patient of mine in Harley Street ever has.
Sounds interesting. What is it?
Well, disappear for a time. Earn your own living. Live on a few pounds a week if you can make them. If not, go hungry. Do that for a year, and I guarantee it'll make you fit.
That's rather a tall order.
Of course, a certain amount of moral stamina will be needed.
So you think I've no stamina, eh? Well, no hard feelings. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bliss.
You don't seem to like me.
A medical man's time is limited. Besides, there's so much genuine suffering in the world that money would alleviate. You should visit my clinic in the East End, if you can spare the time. I'm being unprofessionally rude, perhaps, because you're the 5th patient I've had here this morning suffering from the same complaint. Too much money.
Look here, Sir James. You just refused to shake hands with me. All right, I'll make you an offer. Your clinic needs money. I'll bet you that 50,000 pounds you say your advice is worth against an apology and an honest handshake that I can take your advice and follow it to the letter.
That should be quite a simple matter for you. Your bookmaker, your gunsmith, even your tobacconist might find you a job at a few pounds a week.
Not at all. I'll set out with only £5. And without deriving the slightest benefit from my name, money, or present position, I'll earn my living for a year. And if I do touch my own money for my own use, you get £50,000.
Big words, Mr. Bliss. Big promises. But I'm afraid I can't take them seriously from you.
Before you gave me that look, there was a sporting chance you'd win. Now you haven't a hope.
Then the bet is off.
No, the bet's on, and I'm going through. Which is it?
Left.
Oh. Here we are, Cloud. Better take those heavy shoes along. Might have to do a lot of walking.
Yes.
I think that's about all now. I won't need these.
No, sir.
Tell me something, Cloud. Is it true that the hardest job in the world is doing nothing?
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid that's going to be your job for the next 12 months.
Yes, sir. 12 months? Then where do I send your trunks?
Trunks? No, all I need is in their bag.
Yes. For 12 months?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But of course you're dressed clothes.
No, I won't have any use for them.
Oh,
I'd better take a look around, see if I've forgotten anything.
yes.
Oh, Cloud.
Sir?
These Laranaga cigars, keep them in condition, will you? They're the last of that crop.
Yes.
Ah, and the wine, especially the 84 port. I don't want that touched.
Yes. Your pocketbook, sir.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Now, look, Klaus, what is this?
I found notes, sir.
Right. Now, you're a witness that this is all the money I'm taking with me, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
And your checkbooks.
No, I won't need that for a year. At least I hope not. Now, put it in the desk drawer. No, don't bother now. If the bank's ready, take it downstairs and fetch me. No. Don't worry. I'll do it myself. I better start now. Oh, and Klaus, refer all letters and inquiries to Mr. Crawley. And I'll see you back here a year from now. And I hope you won't be as bored doing nothing as I've been.
What exactly are you going to do, sir?
Oh, that's exactly what I don't know. Well, goodbye, Klaus.
Been out of work, and he's owing me a bit.
Well, we pays our rent, Mrs. East. And if we can't get Bliss's room, we move. You can't turn round in here.
I can't turn him out into the street, Mrs. Matthews.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Heath.
You feeling very tired, my dear? Like a cup of tea?
Haven't you anything else to say to me, Mrs. Heath?
Oh, I'm afraid you overheard. But don't let it worry you.
Well, thanks for the mending. It's absolutely professional. They're good tenants, aren't they?
Best I've got.
Yes, I haven't paid my rent for 2 weeks.
Not another word. If they goes, they goes.
Well, that's all right, but you need the money.
Never mind that. There's them that can pay, and them that can't. And I knows one from t'other.
So, young man, you want to sell my Alpha stoves?
That's right, sir.
Miss Clayton, bring me that pile of applications for this job, please.
Yes, Mr. Masters.
Oh, Mr. Masters, why bother going through all those? After all, I'm here on the spot. And believe me, Mr. Masters, this is the first time in my life I've been without a job.
You've been very lucky. But, have you ever had one?
Now, young man, 27 applications from travelers of experience. Why should I chuck all these and engage you?
Well, look, Mr. Masters, let me tell you the truth. I've been walking around for weeks trying to get a job. If I don't get one soon, I'll starve. I've got to get this one. Oh, say, I got the job.
I was afraid you would. Mr. Masters can't say no to anyone.
Afraid I would. Say, I can sell stoves.
What's your name?
Oh, Ernest Bliss. What's yours?
Clayton. Start tomorrow, April 21st. 5% on all sales and £2 a week salary, Mr. Bliss. Bring any orders to me and come to me for your wages.
Thanks.
Now, here's some catalogs with full details of the Alpha stove.
Fine.
Some price lists. And here's your order book.
Oh, what?
Your order book.
Oh, order book, yes. Oh, you don't think much of me now, but you'll be surprised when I get started. Goodbye, Miss Clayton.
haven't got started yet.
Oh, I know, Miss Clayton. But in the past 3 weeks, I've tried dozens of firms. And there's always some reason for not buying it. Either the stove is too large or it's too small, or the price is too high or it isn't advertised enough, or... Oh, well, maybe I'm just a rotten salesman. But I believe in the stove. It's a good stove. My luck will change.
You look very tired. Let me make you a cup of tea.
That's awfully kind of you. I thought you didn't like me.
Business has nothing to do with personal feelings.
May I help you?
I'm worried about Mr. Masters. His life savings are in these stoves.
Oh, bad as all that, huh?
Yes, we'll have to close down shortly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel sort of partly to blame, you know.
Oh, you mustn't say that. You did your best.
What do you do now? You live with your parents?
No, my mother and sister live up north. I stay at a girls' club.
Pretty rotten life for you, isn't it, being cooped up in an office like this?
Oh, it hasn't been so bad. At least I've had my job.
Yeah, so you have it to hold on to.
Well, if I don't get another quickly, I'll have to start hinting to my friends that I need free meals.
Well, that isn't so good, is it? Free meals?
Yes, if I can get any.
Wait, that gives me an idea. 500 pounds. Right.
So this means that Aldroyd gets his 50,000 pounds.
What?
Because you've lost your bet.
Oh, after all I've been through for the past 4 weeks, do you think I'm going to quit now?
The bet was that you'd live on what you could earn yourself without using your own money.
Yes. For my own benefit. That was the bet. I'm not touching this. It's for someone else. Look, here's what I have left from my last week's wages. And here's what I'm living on.
Good heavens.
Yes, it's just about enough for one meal, too.
I'm here on business. I want to see the manager. Where is he?
Oh, he's at the desk, sir.
All right. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
I'm the buyer from Elliman's Limited.
Oh, well, why don't you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Miss. Will you tell the chef I tasted this? I find it excellent, and to serve it out to the people.
Yes, sir.
Pretty enterprising, all this.
Oh, yes. Well, it's just a little idea to strengthen our retail trade, you see. Oh, you're wholesale. Well, of course, that's hardly in our line. If you'll excuse me a moment, I have a couple of other buyers waiting for me.
Oh, wait a moment. Surely you can spare me just a couple of moments to show me the stoves?
Well, yes, I suppose it can be done. Come this way, will you?
Oh, yeah. This little ventilator. It's patented, of course.
Yes, the master's patent. Miss, would you mind telling the two gentlemen that are waiting for me, the two buyers, that I'll join them in just a moment?
Now, there's no reason to divide the business between a dozen firms.
Well, of course,
We might be able to manage your entire output.
Oh.
In the meantime, I'll order 100.
100?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's all I can at the moment.
Oh, no, yes.
The usual trade terms.
Look, old man, I wish you'd wait and see Mr. Masters himself. He'll be along in just a minute.
All right, while we're waiting, I'll write the order. The order?
Oh, yes, the order. Well, you know, it's so noisy around here. My order book. Yes, oh, yes, I'll get it. Oh, look at that. My first order.
What?
In the new book. Here we are, sir. Oh, there's Mr. Masters now. Mr. Masters, I want you to know the chief buyer at Elements, Mr. Masters.
Good morning, Mr. Masters.
What's the meaning of all this, Bliss?
Well, Elements have just placed a little order for 100 stoves.
100?
Oh, it's only a trial order, of course.
Filtrete.
Well, I've already explained that we're really not interested in wholesale business.
You must appreciate, Mr. Masters, that if we can get together, we can take at least 40,000 a year.
Certainly.
But are we...
Oh, no, Mr. Masters, we can at least consider the matter.
Well, think it over. I know you're busy at the moment, so I'll call at your office tomorrow. Good morning.
Good morning. Look at that.
But where'd you get all the money to run this place?
Well, I'm coming to that. I borrowed £500 on your behalf from a young fool I know who has more money than is good for him. So here's what's left of it, and his solicitor will send you a bill. Oh, by the way, may I? I'm a trifle short. I had to hire this suit.
I owe you a commission on 100 stoves.
Yes, well, Mr. Masters, I'm afraid I can't take that. You see, I have to leave your employ.
What do you take me for? You saved me from going under. No. You stay on here as a partner.
Mr. Bliss, you can't leave now. Please don't.
Well, I'm afraid I must. These are my own clothes in here. Goodbye, Mr. Masters.
Don't be silly. There's big money in this. I'm offering you a partnership. I won't take no for an answer. I'm going to have a look round this place.
Miss Clayton, this isn't goodbye for us.
It's all too insane.
Yes, I suppose it seems so, but... Look, when I'm settled in my next job, can I call you up and take you to dinner or a show or something? Well, there's no use prolonging the agony, is there? Goodbye.
Anything to follow, signore?
Yes, wait a minute. Here we are. How's the chicken?
Oh, it's very nice.
Oh, you can say that anyway. 2 chickens, huh? All right. And,
Yes.
spumoni? Two spumoni's and 2 coffees.
2 spumoni and 2 coffee.
That's right. How'd you like yours? Black?
Black.
2 coffees.
Black.
Let's try this.
It's a marvelous wine.
I hope you're right.
You should have phoned me sooner. Even if you hadn't found work, I could have paid for the dinner.
2 girls pay for dinners? I hadn't thought about it.
Well, I might not have bought you the wine.
Yes, but this is a celebration.
To your entrance into the cabbage business?
Oh, no. To our first dinner together. Here's to us. Ah, but it's good.
It's lovely.
So cheap. My goodness, I thought it would taste like red ink. Fancy this magic. Yes, it's your magic, too. It's you who turned this cheap wine, this cheap food into a feast for the gods.
I have an idea he's done that for us.
For you.
If the signorina and the signore would like to dance, it would give Giuseppe the greatest pleasure.
Oh, thanks.
It's funny, that's my favorite dance tune.
Best tune I ever heard. Come on, let's do something about it.
I'm leaving Mr. Masters.
Oh, really? Why?
The same reason you did.
What do you mean?
Well, you turned him down, so he wants to make me his partner.
Partner? Oh, the old scoundrel.
Oh, I don't think so. Rather fond of him.
Oh, he wants to marry you, eh?
Well, it makes it rather awkward. 2 of us in the same office.
Yeah. But look, Francis, what can a fellow like that offer a young girl like yourself?
Security.
Oh. Well, what are you going to do?
Same thing you've been doing. Look for something else.
Good girl. It's not so easy, you know.
Well, your driving test was satisfactory. But driving isn't everything. What we want is punctuality and service.
Yes, sir. Oh, what about my livery, sir?
The uniform will cost £10.
Oh,
We supply it, you pay for it out of your wages. £1 a week to me.
very good, sir.
Report at 7 in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Did you get the job?
Oh, sure, sure.
I thought you would, because old Mike's uniform would just about fit you. Here, Constable here, you know. Thanks. Against the rules.
Wait a minute. What was that about Mike in the uniform?
Oh, we got the sack after 6 weeks. They always do. The boss never lets them stay here.
I thought there was something wrong.
Something wrong? Of course there is. You don't think I've got the thing to bits for nothing, do you?
No, I don't suppose you have.
Okay, what the place do you think you're doing?
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I didn't know she'd backed into this space.
Well, why did you look where you were going? What kind of driving do you call that, anyway? Ernest!
Ronnie!
Well, Albert.
How are you?
Okay, what do you mean by giving us the slip like that?
Yes, well, I thought I'd better drop out of sight for a while.
I say, man, don't misunderstand me, but if a fiver's any use to you, for old time's sake.
You know, Ronnie, that's funny. Because the last time we met, I refused to help you.
Yes. You should make me feel pretty ashamed about that. Honestly, I thought you were rolling.
No, Ronnie. Nice of you, but put it back in your pocket. And thanks.
Okay.
Hey, Ronnie.
Oh, excuse me a minute, please.
Don't stand there arguing with that chauffeur.
It's Ernest Bliss. He's working as a chauffeur.
Ernest. I'd like to speak to him. No, wait for me. I'd like to speak below.
Oh, very well.
Ernest.
Claire! Oh, you're with Ronnie, huh?
Yes.
Well, perhaps you'd like to engage a good chauffeur at your service.
It wasn't very nice of you to chuck us all just because you had bad luck.
Yes, well, Claire, a chauffeur's wages, you know, hardly...
I know. Chauffeur's wages for the whole year wouldn't buy one of the things you gave me.
No, I'm afraid you're right. Of course, there's always the tips. You mustn't forget the tips.
You haven't changed. Goodbye, Ernest.
Bye-bye.
I can't understand it. They both came after lunch from Bautier's. The one I left in his car last night, and this one. It's a twin brother.
Now, I got one to tell you. When I was dressing this evening, a bank messenger came to the door of my flat and left a package with 10 £100 notes in it.
£1,000?
You know, it's a funny thing. When I offered Ernest a fiver yesterday, he reminded me that he once refused to lend me 1,000.
Doesn't make sense.
Certainly doesn't.
I knew you couldn't resist a call like that. But it's 20 miles out. Do you need the gloves?
No, thank you. Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you better pop them in.
I'll telephone your chauffeur.
No, don't wake him up. Bring up the garage we hired a car from last time.
Hello. Yes? Pick up who? Oh, Dr. Oldroyd, yes. 19 Dock Road, Poplar. Very good. Smith?
Sir.
Take this and go to...
But it's my night off, Mr. Edwards.
Oh, very well. Send Bliss for the Dagner.
Yes, sir. You'd better get home as soon as you've cleared up, Miss Mills. Good night.
Good night, Sir James.
My secretary told you where to go.
Yes, sir.
Make the best time you can. It's a very urgent case.
Yes, sir.
crisis definitely passed. Nothing for you to worry about now, Mr. Dankton.
Thanks to you, Doctor. She said you'd come if I sent you a wire. I didn't believe you would. I don't know what to say. And as for the fee...
Oh, there's no fee. I will just get back and have some sleep. 7 Harley Street. You're a good driver. Sorry to have kept you up so late.
I'd rather have a handshake than this tip, Sir James.
Why not both?
Oh, no. No, I haven't won that bet yet.
What the devil do you mean by that?
Well, it'll be 7 months next Tuesday. And believe me, the first 7 months are the hardest. Good night, sir.
Well, I'll be...
Allo! Chef! Ma per l'amore, ma Santa Caterina, ho ordinato 2 ravioli di sugo e 2 frittato, ma no, ma non è possibile, ma...
Francis, look. Supposing you had a lot of money. Well, supposing you won a sweepstake, what would you do, huh?
I'd never win a sweepstake.
Oh, you might.
Well, if I did, I'd clothes. Rooms full of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd have a big car, a chauffeur.
If you want all these things so badly, Masters is doing all right now, isn't he?
Yes.
My friends from the theater play for the signorina?
You're a darling.
Seppi, you know you won't own this place, not just be head waiter here.
Oh, what I could do.
Francis, tell me. You wouldn't marry a fellow without a bean just because you like him, would you?
No.
So I was just wondering. I sort of thought it would be fine if you could.
Won't need you any longer.
Very good, sir.
But, I want to see you.
Yes, sir?
Can you make it Thursday morning, 10 o'clock?
Here, sir?
No, my flat. 11 Regent's Park Gate.
11 Regent's Park Gate?
Yes, flat 6.
Did you say flat 6?
Yes.
Come along, my dear fellow. Sit down and make yourself comfortable, Mr. What's your name?
Brown, Edward Brown.
Brown.
Say, that's a very nice cigar you're smoking there.
Yes, tip-top condition. Not many of them left.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You should worry.
Have a glass of port.
Thanks. You do yourself pretty well, don't you, Mr. Dorrington? That's AB4 port, too, isn't it?
Yes. So good, it's a pity to drink it.
Oh, yes. I agree with you there.
How do you like this place?
Oh, it suits me fine.
Belongs to a young fellow who's traveling around the continent for a bit. Left his man in charge. Poor fellow having nothing to do, got betting on the dogs. So he lets it to me for a $5 a week.
Tell me, where is this man now?
In his room, drinking whiskey.
Oh, I see. You fellas drink the port and he drinks the whiskey.
Yeah, that's right. But we all smoke his cigars.
Oh, that's fine. Just one big happy family.
Yeah. You have a cigarette.
Care to have a look round?
Yes, I would. It might be very interesting.
Yeah. Of course, since I took possession, I've improved this place a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at this. Bought this little fellow myself, the Caledonian Market. Tasteful, isn't it?
Oh, yes, indeed. Makes you think.
And look here. He's sure for thousands, his butler tells me.
Oh?
Well, the silly fellow kept it in the hall. Well, it's the chef d'oeuvre of his collection. I moved it in here right away.
Yes, well, look, Mr. Dorrington, I don't mean to appear inquisitive or anything, but after all, why did you ask me to come here?
I'll show you. Anything strike you about that?
What do you mean?
That's Ernest Bliss, the fool who owns this place. Notice any resemblance to yourself?
Well, yes, now that you mention it, I suppose there is. Mm-hmm.
What does a man like you do for £10,000?
£10,000? Well, practically anything short of murder.
Good boy. And we understand one another.
Quite.
Now, let's get together. I've been practicing Ernest Bliss's signature for months. Found his bank books in that drawer. Mm-hmm. How much do you think he's got on current account?
Oh, I haven't the slightest idea.
160,000 odd.
160,000 odd, huh?
Isn't it sinful to think of all that money lying idle? No one to use it.
Well, what are we going to do about it?
This.
Mm-hmm. Pay cash £30,000. Ernest Bliss. You going to cash that?
No. You are.
Oh, that's the big idea, huh? Well, what makes you think I can get away with it?
When once you're dressed up in one of Bliss's suits, the bank will pay out all right. Simple, isn't it?
Yes, it's so simple. What's to prevent me walking away with the whole lot?
I am. Now go and get dressed. I'm coming with you.
Don't you think it looks better to stay here? Good morning. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Nice to see you again, Mr. Bliss. Hot your mouth, isn't it?
Yes, quite.
Excuse me, Mr. Bliss, but did you sign this yourself?
Why do you ask?
Well, it seems absurd since you present it. But if this check came through in the ordinary way, I'd say it was forged.
Congratulations. You know your job.
Mr. Bliss, what is the meaning?
No time for explanations now. I'll tell you what to do. Get some old papers, shove them into an envelope, and pass them out to me quickly. I'm watched.
Well, everything all right? Have you got the money?
Hey, relax. Say, take it easy. Everything's fine, perfect. Say, this fella's grand. It was so easy. Say, it was just like taking candy from a kid. You couldn't have found anyone better.
Hey! Keep your hands off that gun.
You're trying to double-cross us?
No, I'm not trying to double-cross you. You fellas made a mistake, that's all. You're very lucky that for reasons of my own, I'm not calling in the police. Now get out of here.
What do you mean? What's the game, Brown?
I'm not Brown, I'm Bliss. You know, the fool that owns this place.
Say, how do you like that?
And why did you cash that check?
Well, as you seem to have found out, I kept quite a lot of money in that account. I just wanted to know whether the bank would recognize a forged signature or not.
Come off it. Think of something better.
All right, you don't believe I'm Bliss? If I can get Klaus away from that bottle, he'll prove it to you.
What do we care who he is? I tell you, he's got that money.
Come on. Give it to us. Yes, that's right. Hand it over, Brown.
All right.
Hey, what's that?
Clowes, did you hit him with that bottle?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Clowes, it was the 84 part.
No, don't worry any more about it, Clowes. I quite understand.
Believe me, sir, it was having no work make me go wrong. It was too hard a job having nothing to do at all.
Of course it was. That used to be the trouble with me.
Sir?
By the way, you better keep the rest of that port locked up. I might need it for a celebration. Yes, I'm hoping to get married in about 4 months.
No, sir, whatever will you be doing next? Miss Clayton, I want more than just a typist.
I don't quite understand.
All my most confidential papers will go through your hands. A relationship of trust, friendship, I might almost say intimacy is called.
Well, I think I can be trusted, Mr. Montague.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Are you ready to start work at once? Of course, the figure I mentioned could be raised, possibly, if we get on together.
I hope we shall, Mr. Montague. Mr. Montague said he needs me to take notes for some very important deal.
Yes, but dear, I know something about that place he's taking you to.
Oh, but Ernest, dear, I can't afford to lose my job. Besides, I can take care of myself.
You know, I've got a funny feeling that your employer's car is going to develop engine trouble.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to know where he kept his car.
Uh-huh.
Well, he can always hire a car.
Yes. And he'll tell his secretary to hire one for him, see? Stupid. Come on.
Good evening, Mr. Montague. Everything's ready.
Oh, good.
Where's I put the typewriter, miss?
Oh, leave it on the table there. And get yourself a drink.
Thank you, sir.
Will you go ahead, Miss Clayton? Capable fellow, that chauffeur you got for me. Yeah. Running warm in here, isn't it? Won't you sit down, Miss Clayton?
Thank you.
Make yourself comfortable. And I'll order you a cocktail.
Shall I serve the caviar, sir?
Oh, put it on the table.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if you'll excuse me for a moment, my dear, I'll just go and see if my business friends have come.
Certainly, Mr. Montague.
Chauffeur,
Yes, sir.
how would you like to earn a fiver?
Very much indeed, sir.
Well, tinker about with your engine and after dinner, come and report to me.
Report what, sir?
Well, that your car's broken down, and there's no train back. You've just heard there's a big belt of fog between here and London, and there's no chance of getting back to town tonight. You won't forget, will you?
Leave it to me. I won't forget.
Smart fella. Oh, dear. Most annoying. My friends have been held up with the fog. No matter, my dear. We'll have a little dinner here together, eh? Just the two of us, before returning to town.
I don't want to be late, Mr. Montague. I have to be early at the office.
Oh, that's all right, my dear. Come along. Tonight we'll forget the office. Sit here. That's right. Now, leave that. I'll see to it.
Very good, sir.
Ah, that's beautiful caviar.
Now the fun's going to start.
How right you are. Come on, Francis. We're leaving. I'm taking you back to London.
How dare you, you insolent...
Shut up. Come on, dear.
I shall report you to your manager.
Shut up. Wait for me in the car, dear.
Get out of here at once. Eat your caviar.
You had the cheek to want your wages up to last night, eh? You can consider yourself lucky Mr. Montague didn't have you up for assault.
Oh. I suppose my last 4 days' pay goes into your pocket, huh?
No, it does not. And that uniform's not paid for. Return it.
Yeah. And the poor fellow that gets my job inherits this uniform and pays you £1 a week for it.
If you don't return it, I'll summons you. Get out.
But, Mr. Edwards, if this Montague was treating that girl that way, Bliss did the only thing a decent man could do.
Mind your own business.
Oh, thanks, Bill. Keep out of it. It's my funeral.
As a matter of fact, Bronson, your work's been slacking off lately. You can take a week's notice yourself.
Oh, now, look here. I'll go. He's got nothing to do with this. Besides, he's got a wife and 2 kids. You can't sack him.
Oh, can't I? Look here, when this garage belongs to you, my lord, I'll accept orders from you. But not before.
Wait. That's the first sensible thing I've heard you say. So long, Bill. No, Crawley, don't argue about the price. I'll take the Sun Motor Hire place at that figure. And look, when you close the deal, fire Edwards. Edwards, he's the manager in charge now. And give his job to a mechanic named Bill Bronson. No, Bronson. No. B-R-O-N-S-O-N. Right. I'm going to get that bus driving job in the morning. They promised it to me. Besides, everything's going to be changed in a few weeks. I had a dream the other night. Yes, I dreamt about Cinderella. I was the fairy godmother and the prince all rolled into one.
You're absolutely good for nothing. I let my family down. I give up everything I ever wanted. If I marry you,
What you going to, dear?
I think I must be crazy.
You know, Francis, I only made 2 serious bets in my whole life. I'm going to win them both.
What are they?
Well, the first one doesn't matter, but the second one I made after I met you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I bet myself I'd make you marry the stove salesman, the greengrocer's assistant, the chauffeur.
And you win your bet. Oh, what a fool I am.
The money and all those things don't matter.
They don't exist. Because I love you.
Telegram for Miss Clayton. Any reply? Just a moment, please. It wasn't fair to let me tell you this before I knew you were out of work, Francis.
If the doctor says Helen can't live unless she's taken to a winter resort, you did quite right to come to London and tell me. After all, I'm her sister.
You can't do any more about it than I can.
It was only a crazy dream. Dreams don't come true. Not for people like us. It'll be all right about Helen. I'll send her to Switzerland.
You say, Julia?
But I know where I can get a job. From a man who's very fond of me. He's a good man, Mother. Fine man. He wants to marry me.
No, Miss Clayton has left here.
And your address? I'm afraid I don't know it.
It's been 2 weeks. Not a word. They don't even know at the place she lived where she's gone. She took her things with her.
If you spend all your time looking for this young lady, I presume you've left your employment on that bus.
Of course I have.
But if you draw money from me and buy her jewels, dresses, and things like that, what about your bet? In a few more days, this is a matter of £50,000.
Well, all right, then. Pay Aldroyd his £50,000. Don't you see, if I go through with this bet, it may lose me Francis. Can't you understand that?
I'm afraid I can't.
Well, I wanted her to take me the way she thought I was. Poor. And that wasn't fair to her, was it?
So you're going to lose £50,000 just to satisfy this girl?
Oh, what's the use of talking to you about love?
Very little, no doubt. But would a young lady disappear like this if there weren't some other interest?
Nonsense. She loves me. She said so. I know she does. There's never been anybody else. She wouldn't do that. She couldn't do that.
Whatever that may be, I rather fancy that is just what she has done.
Say, does Miss Clayton work here?
Yes, but she usually doesn't come in till about 10. Now she's back with Mr. Masters.
Yeah. Look at her.
Here, what are you after?
Can you see Miss Clayton hang this sign up? Now, don't worry about it. It's a little joke about it. I'll be at the outside door, and don't you let her see you do it. Hello, Francis.
Oh. I was afraid you'd find me.
What's the matter? Why won't you look at me?
I'm going to marry Mr. Masters. Goodbye, Ernest.
Morning, miss.
Oh, dear me, not working. Oh, that is tough luck, isn't it? 4 flights of stairs, too. Same old office? Francis, really, I've hunted everywhere for you. I even gave up my job to look for you. Probably the last one I'll ever have.
Won't you go, please? You're only making it hard for both of us.
Well, remember Browning's poem, The Last Ride Together? Why can't we have a last walk together? Look, Francis, let me get this clear. Why do you say it'll only make it harder for us?
Oh.
Was it because you knew if you saw me, you couldn't go back to Masters?
Oh, please don't, Ernest. Two people like us haven't an earthly chance. Not together we haven't.
Tell me, are you in love with this Stove King? No answer. So you're marrying him for his money, eh?
Yes. Now will you go?
No. What made you change your mind? Francis, we found something together worth more than money.
I can't let you go, thinking that about me. Listen, Ernest, it isn't for myself. My sister's seriously ill, and this is the only possible way I can help her.
Oh, darling, why didn't you tell me so before?
Well, you had your own worries, and there wasn't anything you could do.
Yes, but don't you see, I thought you were doing it for furs and jewels and cars and all that kind of stuff.
Well, they wouldn't have mattered. You do see why I have to do it, don't you? Goodbye. Let me go now. We're only making it worse.
No, Francis. I've got to talk to you.
Diamond bracelets, 3 vanity bags, 2 rings, 1 pair of diamond earrings, 1 diamond brooch, 1 diamond hair clip, 1 jewel case.
12 sets of lingerie.
Giuseppe!
Ah, gracious,
now relax, Giuseppe. Now look, now that you own that restaurant, don't forget, never charge more than the usual 1 at 6 for dinner. And if ever you see a young fellow with a young girl and they seem hard up, Throw in the wine and charge it to me, will you?
Si, signore.
Okay.
Mille grazie. Your word is my law.
All right.
Dear old Ernie Bliss. Never knew the difference between a commentator and a differential.
Hello, Claire. How are you? Hello, Ronnie.
Hello, Ernest. Thanks so much for what you did. Make it a couple of thousand next time, will you?
I see there is a Santa Claus, Ernest.
Yes, well, Claire, I wouldn't mention that if I were you. There's somebody coming along who might not like it, you know.
right.
Come and meet some friends of mine, will you? Mrs. Mott, Miss Winton, Lord Hollister.
How do you do?
Gentlemen, Miss Winton, Lord Hollister.
How do you do?
Oh,
and the car,
hello, dear.
It was you who sent the money. Oh, sir, I can't say no words. My throat's full up.
Oh, no, Mrs. Heath. You were very kind to me. You taught me much. Look, you worked very hard. I just want to know that you've been taken care of for the rest of your life.
God bless you, sir.
Giuseppe, come on over here. Sit with Mrs. Heath. But look out for her. She has a way of stealing into people's hearts.
Buonasera, come state? Va bene?
And my apology.
Although I lost my bet?
Only by 3 days. You win. You carried out my prescription to the letter. And I can't accept your check.
Well, Sir James, that's an academic point. You see, you'd have had your £50,000 anyway. I decided that the night I drove you out to the country.
Great boys,
Tell the country.
You know what?
And now that you're all here, my friends, you have been so kind to me during the past, I want you to meet my wife. Francis, you ready? They're all waiting for you. Darling, you're crying. What's the matter, baby?
Cinderella didn't cry in the story. But she would have in real life. I'm too happy not to cry. Too happy.